Okay, so hands up here, how many people would like to be able to have an active conversation with their viewers or their subscribers, get 5,500 dimensions about that person provided by that person within 30 seconds? That's what nFluence does. Just as a little bit of background, I come from a very rainy city. The rainy city is not the one you think of based on my accent. I actually come from Seattle. And what we do, 14 years I spent running a company called Donovan Data Systems. Donovan Data Systems is a phenomenal company that runs the back office of agencies. And during that time, I watched digital media go from 0 to 20% of the media buy, and at the same time, watch the response rate to digital go from 7% to 0.7% to 0.07%, and realized that there was a problem in the industry. And we founded nFluence in Seattle in 2011 to solve that problem. We do it by engaging consumers in an active experience, by making it fun and fast for consumers, and we're at the vanguard of what we call consumer-powered marketing. Because we believe that persuasion does trump invasion, it's much better to provide something which consumers are actively engaged with. And this is really changing now this year. Last year we had Snowden come along and reveal how much the government was looking at through the NSA, looking at people's data. But now you've got 60 Minutes just 3 weeks ago running what is really an assassination on the data broking companies. And you have the EU just 3 days later voting overwhelmingly in favor of restricting the rights of marketers to look at third-party data, effectively making the third-party data business illegal as we know it. I called it consumer-powered marketing earlier. It's about it being first-party data. We need to have first-party data from the consumer directly. People who've opted in, not just through a set of T's and C's that they've missed or ticked a box, not knowing what they've clicked, but actively being engaged with their profile, and it needs to be owned and consumer controlled. That's what we provide, but you may be surprised, we provide that to very large-scale businesses like Vodafone, the largest carrier in the world, and to people like Westfield, the shopping mall owner. So what do we provide? Well, we provide something called Autograph. So the profile that consumers manage and maintain is called Autograph, and we enable them on a smartphone, because that smartphone's become the CPU of the consumer's life, to build a profile. We actively share back with them what that profile looks like, and within 30 seconds of telling us about the brands that they love, or the TV programs they love, or the movies that they love, we feed back to them that 5,500 dimension profile, and then give them content, and give them content that's personalized to them. Those consumers who then build that autograph, and remember that 94% of all the people who are invited to create autographs do go on and create autographs. They then choose to use those autographs across multiple places. So they then use them on their tablet, they use them on their PC, they use them on their TV, or even their games console. And that means that we've solved the attribution problem by asking the customer to do the attribution for us. And we're getting enormous levels of uptake, as I say, from very large businesses like that. What is this autograph, this 5,500 dimension? Well, it's got a couple of characteristics. One is we build a profile that tells you about what people like as well as what people don't like, by being able to actually look at what brands they've told us about, what TV programs they've told us about. We build things like interest signals about whether you like Italian food. We build the demographics that everyone would recognize from Nielsen, and we also build 5,000 brand signals, which are your interest in a brand. We can take those very granular signals, and what we then do for our clients is build them back up into, we consolidate them into IAB segments, and therefore is directly usable in the way in which inventory is sold today. We also can dumb it all the way down to Nielsen ratings, and actually provide Nielsen ratings by customer, and provide those over our API. And finally, hang on, why is this not working? There we go. And what it enables traditional digital media companies to do is to move way beyond what the companies that are really trying to hold the keys to the internet, the GAFA companies plus Microsoft and Yahoo. What we're able to do is to help marketers at broadcasters, at retailers, at banks, and indeed at mobile carriers to be able to leapfrog what those companies know about the way in which consumers spend their time and turn it into information that is, first of all, easy to use, dead easy to use, but secondly is actually about what people really want to spend their money on. That capability exists, and it exists today and being used by many companies. If you'd like to come and see us, we're at the nFluence booth.